easy. You're just going to have to outskill. And if you're playing to farm, Falcons.
Lack of ways to set up arrow and they kill. Really, there's no heroes to shell or to serve. Between the heroes, they don't particularly work well together.
Well, Falcons ran down that clock literally until 5 seconds, but Insani's call all the way from the ban phase.
It's truly shocking. I can't believe he picked one of the 3 heroes that does the exact same thing as the 2 heroes that were banned previously.
But is it, you know, that game for is it where it's one of those things that, yes, it's very telegraphed, it's very scripted in a way, but my goodness, it is going to give them that extra oomph.
I don't think it's like, it's not like, oh my god, Alk, what do we do? It's super game winning, but it's more like, if I'm Falcons and I look at my heroes, I'm like, we got everything that we wanted. Nothing, like, there's no hurdles for us. Whereas I feel like for Nigma, I look at it and I'm thinking, like, is this truly what they wanted before they came into this game? Is this the draft that they had in mind? Or is this the fact that, like, Falcons presented problems and we try to fix those problems through our draft?
You know, now that this Alk has come out, I actually think Nigma have a chance to play for a later scaling and win off of that if they wanted to. Again, it's going to depend on them not getting crushed on the lanes and having the opportunity to play. But had it been a Clinks, for example, the scaling would have been better than both turrets on the side of Nigma. That's not the case now.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I think the preparation Falcons Day, whether it be Owie or the rest of the team, they've done a masterclass because I think Nigma has been outbrained and out-strategized in both these games in draft. And I think there's some hurdles to overcome because I think Falcons cooked.
Well, Falcons cooking is only one part of it. It's all down to execution as well. And so even though it's difficult, do we think Nigma Galaxy are going to live up to that standard? Again, they come in as the highest seed.
I think Nigma, to be honest, they proved in game 1 that like their fundamentals were so solid, and I feel like despite them not having like the ideal setup from the draft, they were able to contest to a certain point in the game. And if they're able to do that again, I think at least compared to last game, they have more playability in this game. I think last game it was a lot tougher. This time it's a lot more playable, though again, there are issues that they need to overcome, but it's not issues that you can't fix through skill.
I agree. I don't think it's that bleak. I think there's no one hero that's creating a massive problem for Lorinov in particular. So this is a different kind of Nature's Prophet. We're going to see he's going to be TPing in on the Alchemist. He's going to be playing on these sidelines and trying to add tempo to his team, which is going to be the difference maker here.
AOI is the GOAT. AOI is the GOAT.
You're sticking to it.
I'm with the birds. I'm with the birds.
All right, you're sticking to it, that you fully have faith in what Owie is doing it for himself. I can see a little bit behind me. You guys can't. Now, hopefully they are ready, because I do believe Tsunami and Owie are ready to give us a bit more insight into how this game 2 draft played out.
That's correct. I'm standing by with AUI 2000, coach of Falcons. You are getting a lot of praise from our panel for your drafts this series. What would you say is your confidence level compared to the average Falcons draft during group stage?
I think our drafts are pretty good this series. I mean, Amar does most of the drafting, so that's a lot on him. But I think it was pretty good.
And then in terms of preparation, I feel like in many tournaments, many TIs, there's a group stage meta, and then it kind of evolves into a playoff meta. This is now the 9th game of our playoffs so far. Do you see any difference emerging quite yet?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think most teams just looked at Paravision and how they're playing the map, and that's like the biggest development since the group stage. I'm not too sure on heroes if there's been a lot. It's a bit hard to play pubs in this region, to be honest, so like it doesn't develop as fast.
And then in terms of one hero, maybe I can get your opinion on it. Bounty Hunter has been trending quite a bit today, especially. What's your opinions on it?
No, I think the hero's pretty good. I think it was already sort of getting popular before this tournament. And I don't know, there's like this guy called Serpent who's just sniping couriers on the EU server. Some people are like watching him and like, he's very annoying. So I think that's like the new meta.
You think it's a role model for how we should be playing this at TI?
Yeah, maybe it's like the 9-class monkey thing where you're invisible and you have tracks. So it's pretty good.
Well, let's see if it works out or if you have the solution. Good luck in this game as we send it to our cast.
The bird is the word. It seems like everybody is favoring Falcons going into this game 2, but Nigma Galaxy have been here before. They've had some rough games before. In fact, the very first group stage game they had, Avery, we casted it, and it was not a good time. It was perhaps the worst I've seen from Nigma Galaxy in quite some time. They bounced back. They looked great for the rest of the group stage. Is that possible here, Avery?
Oh, absolutely. This is a team that can recover. They're not going to tilt out. They're not going to choke out. They have too much veteran experience in those leadership roles. They just need to figure out how to make the game flow a little better. I honestly think Nigma is one of those teams where I don't honestly care what they draft. I care a lot more how they play and how the game's flowing for them. Particularly for that man in the mid lane, Lornoff. I think if he's cooking, if he's controlling the tempo, getting them off to a good start, stabilizing the map, this team is going to look good with almost anything. And they're always going to have an upbeat attitude. They're never going to GG out early. They're going to make it work. They're going to find a way. I kind of believe in that. That said, Falcons are always a test in that.
Player hero combination. Amar and his Necrophos. Now, Falcons.
Right, they need to be able to early pick cores and have the flexibility to make their draft work. I think Amar really likes this concept, and I think Necrophos is one of those that fits it to a T. So in that sense, they need either the Necro or the Centaur. Some of these early cores to flex around, I think the Necro is the one he was trying to force the most. There's some unsuccessful games for sure, but as a draft tool, it's super powerful. So he's gonna bust it out here. It's an okay Necrophos game. I don't think he's up against some of the hardest counters in Dota, but he's not abusing any big melee heroes. The Wind Ranger can be a tough matchup. The Darkseer one's kind of negligible. And I think the Furion's the really bad one here. There's a lot of lane shove. The Furion is really mobile. Again, you're a static hero in this game. A lot of static cores for Falcons if Nigma can get off to a fast start. I would really like to see them play this game at a fast pace. Don't let Falcons just farm the map, and we might see a game 3.
It does make a lot of sense that this was crucial for a drafting perspective. If Amar, we heard AEY very humbly, you know, the praise should go to Amar. He's the one doing most of the drafting. Close call, close call.
Yeah. Skill shots.
So if Amar is like, you know, he feels like, you know, this is a must-win situation for us. We have to get this Necro up and running so we can flex it in the draft, and he is the drafter. You know, that makes a lot of sense. It's a formula that they won TI with. For sure, to be able to go back to it here, but he's definitely a little bit rough against the Wind Ranger sometimes.
He's not having a lot of fun, though. The Wind Ranger's also not having too much fun down here. Smail is not CSing really well. The lane got pushed in pretty deep. It's just top lane that's really overperforming on this Bounty Hunter plus Darkseer early on. You do ramp up pretty fast, but they got a lot of extra gold out of that early double kill. And now they're just wave cutting, pushing towards the Helm. And the second the Helm comes out, this Bounty Hunter can roam. You don't really have the best kill threat mid. I'd say you roam into that Necrophos lane with potential Furion ports. That's the real point of abuse here. Falcons need to read these moves and defend them well. There's the TP.
Here it comes.
With the Ion Shell, that's what makes this move extra deadly.
Damage against a hero that is susceptible to the magic damage. You have a teleport coming in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just as you think you're getting away with a Ghost Shroud, there's Lornoff popping out with the Sprout. GH the one to get the last hit.
Exact move you wanted. That's the point of pressure. Those are the exact heroes you want combining for that kill. The Furion instantly can head back towards mid, doesn't cost you anything. And he will have Wrath of Nature here in another wave. So this Furion pace is going to look a lot different than game one. And that is something you have to consider. I think Nigma Galaxy are very confident in what this hero can do for them. We just didn't see it be able to function at that level due to the lane swap.
Do you think they're going to run it back? Like, you don't have the teleport on Furion, but do you think they're going to try and set up another kill on Necro with the Wrath of Nature?
You're either going to one of these side lanes. I'm not attacking Centaur mid. I just don't care about Centaur mid. It cannot be the biggest point of focus. It has to be either Necromos or Alchemist that you're trying to slow down in this early game and feed some extra kills off of. I'm going back
Shackle
bottom.
on him. Mar getting low. Here comes that Wrath of Nature. It was a close call, but he lives.
There's a bounty hunter behind.
Yeah, Mar, if he was here a little bit sooner, in fact, still will manage to get. Oh no, the power shot missed.
Where are the skill shots, man?
Oh, Samael. A whiff there on a setup little stun from Omar that should have been free, and Lornoff is going to pay the price for this one.
Just one fairy.
Teleporting in. Yeah, they do have a lot of extra regen for Lornoff. They're going to pop the Stampede. Snaking's going to go down first. Can they finish off Lornoff? They